What are you going to do in 2025? Well, I know one thing for certain you'll be doing. You will be voting. Possibly in March, but perhaps as early as April. It could be that early. And how are we going to vote? Well, it may depend on whether your 23rd pair of chromosomes are XX or XY, because we're told men and women are interested in different things. Women more aggrieved about the cost of living than men. And there's a gender split on key election issues generally. Men apparently more in favour of nuclear power and more concerned about left-wing ideology, women more concerned about the cost of living and less inclined to trust governments. So, Lucy, is there a gender split in this election?
Oh my gosh, who would have thought men and women are different? Shock me, Kel. This is a revelation.
Idea,
what do we do with it? I mean, look, I was listening to Caroline De Russo talk about this earlier with Danica Di Giorgio, and I tended to agree with her line of thinking in that, you know, I know that we like to argue, and I guess in many respects now we're a modern and evolved society. The roles have changed in the household. I certainly still adopt a very traditional role in my household. I'm the one doing the groceries, the cooking, the cleaning and all those sorts of things, and my husband is the hunter-gatherer, providing for his family, God bless him. But, you know, I'm the one that's seeing the daily costs. I'm the one going and seeing just how much I'm getting for $100, which is barely 2 bags of groceries. I'm the one usually seeing the bills come in and all of those sorts of things. So, and I also think to a degree that it's a lot of this fear-mongering around nuclear that has very much kind of, I guess, potentially scared women off, and they've seen the surface level of it, and that's sort of, you know, really gotten to them. And when I speak to most women, and a lot of them very intelligent, a lot of them in the corporate world, etc., to be fair to them, a lot of them aren't as invested in finding out what nuclear is all about, right? And the impacts and you know, the safety issues surrounding it that existed, you know, in the days of Fukushima and Chernobyl, that we've evolved from that we do have a plant in Lucas Heights, for example, that's been running without much issue. So I think that those are the key kind of fundamental points where we can see a bit of a divide there. But I'd encourage most women to have a look at nuclear and to really explore a lot around it, and you'll understand why very quickly that countries like United States, why they have bipartisan support for something like this and why it is the most reliable and stable form of energy going forward. And
this research that's been done, Evelyn, suggests that the parties, neither party has got policies that really appeal to women, that both parties are actually failing to reach women voters. What do you think?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, if you look statistically, women tend to vote more left side of politics and men tend to vote more right, which is why if you look at American politics, they, you know, the Democratic Party focus so hardly on things that they think women are going to like abortion and those sorts of things. I know, that's very true. But, you know, I think it comes down to, like, the nature. You know, you're not allowed to say this, it's taboo, but, you know, men and women are different, you know, colour. It's shocking. I'm actually grateful that we're able to say that live on TV. Men and women are different. And I think the reason why perhaps women vote more left is because we are, by nature, more nurturing, more caring. So these socialist policies tend to tug at our heartstrings. You know, these things like, well, we want to make everybody not be poor. And that's a noble and moral way for us to think. But I think the anchoring part is when you get like that you know, voice of reason or the reality check that it doesn't actually work out that way in the end. And perhaps, like, you know, it's good that we're having these discussions so that women can learn more if they perhaps haven't heard about nuclear. Maybe their circles haven't heard the other side or the other opinion. And now that women are more aggrieved about the cost of living, which has come out of here, they can start having conversations with people outside of, you know, their usual talking structures and hear, you know, the other side. It's not scary being right wing. It's not, you know, we're not demons. We're not this awful thing.
Welcome all of you. Come.
Exactly. And so these conversations are really good because I think the women vote is so important for policies. And I think, sadly, we've perhaps got it so wrong because we've convinced women for such a long time that, you know, anyone on the right basically hates them, which is not true. So good that this is coming out and hopefully change can happen. Well,